So here I have a 24 volt transformer that's outputting 36 volts. And so we know that something is wrong on the high side. The low side's putting out 36 instead of 24. Got to be something wrong on the high side. So let's see what happened. So here's your power source, 460 volts between the red and the orange. So the red comes down and ties into white. White of our new transformer is actually the 120 tap. It should be using black for common, so there's your problem. Now gray, 480, and gray is tied in with orange. So that's correct at least, but the problem is they've tied in white instead of black. Anytime you're installing a transformer, you've really just got to read and be sure that you know what is what.
So let's look at how this works inside the transformer. You see, they write the voltages on the label of the transformer in ascending order from left to right, moving away from the common. That's also the order in which the different colored wires connect to the primary coil inside the transformer. That's because the primary voltage gets divided by the number of windings it passes through. So a higher voltage will need to pass through more windings, and a lower voltage, less windings. On the secondary side, the voltage is then multiplied by the number of secondary windings to give you your desired output. Here's what the equation looks like. Input voltage divided by primary windings multiplied by secondary windings equals output voltage. The secondary windings are a constant in this case because they do not have multiple taps like the primary side. So let's say there are 100 windings on the secondary side. If we have 480 volts divided by 2000 primary windings, then multiplied by 100 secondary windings, we get 24 volts output. If we put 240 volts through 1000 windings, we get 24 volts output. 120 volts through 500 windings also makes 24 volts on the secondary side. But what about our transformer putting out 36 volts? Here's what it looks like if you don't use the common, but instead use the 120 tap and put 480 volts through 1500 primary windings. The math works out to 32 volts coming out the secondary side. Luckily on the transformer I found putting out 36 volts, there were enough windings between the 120 tap and the 480 tap to handle the current running through it. You generally don't want to put more power through a transformer than what the manufacturer's specifications allow, or you run the risk of letting out the magic smoke.